Number 1. The Wizards Phalus.
Within the first hour of the game you get a wand, but from here on out I'll be referring to it as a phallus. You can customize your phallus's handle by getting goblin handles and poacher handles, only in their secret chests. The good thing is if you want to change your grip to your phallus, you can at any time. Unfortunately, this is the only part of your phallus that you can see. You cannot see the size of your phallus being 6 to 12 inches long. You can barely see the color of your phallus, whether it's white or black. However, there is an option to decide if you want your phallus to be flimsy or stiff, but you cannot even see it wiggling around. So, the only thing that actually matters is what you have gripping your phallus, not even the size matters.
Number 2. The Room of Requirements.
The backstory on the name Room of Requirements is that the room has stupid requirements that you must follow. As it may be fun to build, grow plants, and brew potions, the placement of items can become annoying. The game has set rules on where you can place items. These rules will give you a message saying an object is already occupying this area. As you can see on my screen, there's nothing in that area. Instead, it's the objects and walls having too big of hitboxes. These hitboxes will lead to gaps in walls and structures that will make areas feel empty and non-organic. Objects should automatically connect like how they do in Minecraft. Another problem is that the items you collect in Hogwarts are split 50-50 and are based on RNG. For example, 50% of the objects you place can only be placed inside, while the other 50% of the objects you find can only be placed in vivariums, limiting what objects the player can place, which is, in my opinion, strips away creativity and innovation because you can't combine things together. As a result, this hinders the room of requirement from feeling lively. But to fix this problem, the player needs free range to place whatever they want wherever they want.
Number 3. Making the beasts more useful. There are 2 types of beasts you can obtain for a mount: the Hippogriff, which is a flying mount, and the Grapplehorn, which is a ground mount. Besides going to point A to B faster than you would running, they don't serve anything unique about them. The problem is that they are not faster than the broomstick, which can be upgraded. So essentially they serve little purpose in the game other than their aesthetics. By adding abilities and upgrades to the beast's mounts, it can make them 10 times more useful. For example, the Hippogriff can have some sort of wind attack that pushes back enemies, or even a feather strike that damages enemies, which would be both cool and useful. The upgrades can be flying faster and doing tricks in the air to make it more distinguishable from the broomstick. For the Grapplehorn, once you obtain it, you can only dash and ram, so adding upgrades like a tail swipe or even moves you encounter during the fight will give you more of a reason to use it in battle. Therefore, making unique moves that changes a player's playing style can help the player from not getting bored as much. Number 4. Flying in Hogsmeade. The most frustrating thing is flying to or across Hogsmeade and seeing a barrier with a message saying you cannot enter your mount here. This is especially foolish because you can fly your mount anywhere else in other settlements, but not in Hogsmeade. I didn't read the book, so there might be some sort of restrictions for flying your broomstick in Hogsmeade, But the game doesn't need to be 100% story accurate, especially since the events in the game takes place years before the first book does. The developers can easily enable flying and disable spells, because how can we use spells and terrorize people with our phallus but not be able to fly? The no flying feature does not make much sense in the video game world. Last but not least, number 5, adding in more minigames. We can all agree the minigames we play in the first hour of the game were the most enjoyable activities. But once you fight your first troll, it's like your character becomes too mature to play these class games. However, you do revisit these games from the first hour, but no new ones gets introduced. This is a missed opportunity because they could have added races with other students using either broomsticks or beasts. They also missed doing something with Glacio, like freezing targets as they come towards you, or even Depulso, where you need to push back targets to another student. Doing the same with other spells, it would be an absolutely amazing experience. Because let's be honest, the way that you obtain spells now are a bit bland. That will be all for me. Did I miss anything? What would you change about Hogwarts? Comment below, and if you like this video and want to see more gaming content, like and subscribe. Later.